There are 2 Abyss Gears to augment each element for imbued attacks in Crimson Desert. This guide covers how to get and use the 2 unique Abyss Gears for augmenting attacks imbued with wind, those being Ancient Reckoning and Pillar of Wind. Let's start with the easier of the 2 to get, Ancient Reckoning. It can be obtained as part of the Assyrion Great Serpent questline, but we can also just head towards Arrowhead Rock, located southwest of Dewhaven. Specifically, we should start from this Abyss Nexus and move towards it to trigger the encounter with Primus the Ancient. We can then just go to the Arrowhead Rock to have Primus move over there, and that's where we will need to defeat him. It is a difficult fight, and having a bow with 100% infinite arrows gears in it, combined with explosive arrows, makes the fight much easier. In the end, defeating Primus will get us multiple rewards, amongst them the Ancient Reckoning Abyss Gear. The second Abyss Gear, Pillar of Wind, requires a bit more effort, but it's definitely worth getting. We'll first need to complete the main questline through the end of Chapter 7, Homecoming. We can then start working through some of the Payloon Militia faction quests. After completing all quests in Crossroads of Succession, the Nest of White Feathers quest will become available. At that point, we can go to the Harpy Nest, which is located along the mountain ridge found to the west of the word Payloon on the world map. Similar to Primus, the Queen Harpy Kuranda is much easier to defeat with a strong ranged attack build. Our reward for defeating her will include the Pillar of Wind Abyss Gear, which is easily one of my favorite gears in the game. Now let's talk about how to use and get the most out of these 2 Abyss Gears. First, we should head to any of the several witches in the game that can extract and embed Abyss Gears. When it comes to the other Imbue Element gears, Fire, Ice, and Lightning, I recommend embedding both gears into a single pair of gloves or boots. The reason why I like doing it this way is that we then have a dedicated piece of gear that we can switch to for when we want to use attacks imbued with a specific element. It takes a bit of practice to get fast at it, but we can then switch to whichever element we want to use and the corresponding pair of gloves, all from quick menus. This makes switching between our different elemental damage types a smoother and quicker process. However, I personally don't really use the wind imbue attacks for offensive purposes. Instead, I like to just have the Pillar of Wind Abyss Gear imbued in my helmet at all times because I use it so often for travel. It augments wind imbued attacks with a Pillar of Wind that we can then glide on, ascending to great heights. It's incredibly useful for getting around. Now, being able to do all of this depends on 2 things. First, we need to unlock the skill that corresponds to the Imbue Element Abyss Gears we are using. In the case of Wind, that is Stormveil, and it requires completing an Abyss Island puzzle to unlock. Second, we need to then use a skill point to unlock at least one level of the Imbue Element skill in the red skill tree. This allows us to perform specific button inputs to imbue other skills such as turning slash with our active element. It's those elemental imbued attacks that are then augmented by the Abyss Gears we unlocked in this video. I have separate dedicated guides on how to unlock each of the core elemental skills over on my channel, and we'll link the Stormveil one near the bottom of this video's description. If you have any questions on what was covered in this guide, you can reach out to me in the comments where I'll do my best to help. If you want to see more great content, you can head over to my channel, and if you're new, consider subscribing. You're helping me feed my cat, her name's Marshmallow. Have a great day. If you're here today, have a great Thursday, and as always, thanks for watching.